Hello, people of Chelsea. This is Kerry Schumann from Chelsea Community Cable Television, sent here by our boss, Robert Bradley, the Executive Director of Chelsea Community Cable Television. I'm with Jamie Santos behind the camera, the photographer, and Ricky Velez is here. And we have a special guest here. He is the Executive Director of the Chelsea Chamber of Commerce, Rich Kuthi.
Hi, Carrie.
Hi. And we are here for the Chelsea Chamber of Commerce cruise and installation of offices. Right now we're in East Boston, in Boston Harbor. Boston Harbor Cruises about to board the Rendezvous for a cruise around Boston Harbor. How did this all originate, Mr. Kuthi?
Well, I was going to say, technically, you and I are already on board, so we've got that part covered. It's all easy sailing.
I'm not too seaworthy or knowledgeable about the sea.
So what we're doing tonight is also celebrating the 90th anniversary of the Chelsea Chamber of Commerce. Our earliest records show that we were around and we were already members of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce in 1927. So last year was our 90th anniversary, and this is our first opportunity to celebrate that. 90 years of all the changes that have gone on with Chelsea. The Chamber has been right there, experiencing the same changes. So we wanted to do something different. We wanted to have more of a celebration. We wanted people to have fun. And we thought, hey, how about a harbor cruise in March? But Mother Nature, as you can see, there's a beautiful sunset about to happen over our shoulder here. It's not that cold. Mother Nature has gotten all the snowstorms out of her system, so we feel very, very blessed, and we couldn't be happier.
Okay, so what are the events that are going to happen tonight?
Well, most of it's going to be just having a good time. We've got a live band on board. There's going to be dancing. We're going to have a fine meal from Barbara Lynch's catering company. We're going to have spectacular views of the Boston skyline. As always, we have some raffles. We've got over $3,000 worth of prizes for our celebration raffle. And thanks to Boston Harbor Cruises, we're also going to have a door prize drawing as soon as we pull away from the dock. It's going to be the first thing we do. And the winner of that will get a Sunset Lighthouse cruise for two, courtesy of Boston Harbor Cruises.
Okay, and the installation part of the program, we'll see Sergio Jaramillo.
We'll see Alan Alpert will be taking care of the swearing in of our new board members and our new officers. By the time Sergio sees this, he'll know that there's also a special surprise there for him.
Ooh, like surprises. Can you let our people know out in TV land what the surprise is?
Yeah, we have a nice certificate from him for from the chamber for him, and the city manager Tom Ambrosino has also put together a nice citation for him as well.
Very nice, much deserved, well deserved.
Absolutely, absolutely. We worked together closely over the past 2 years and 3 months, and actually we have a nice certificate for his wife Effie too, thanking her for lending us her husband for the past 27 months. Because he's done so much good work for the chamber.
All right, so we already are on board the boat.
Yep, we're not moving yet.
Oh, we're not moving yet. So everything's cool, and we hope to have a great time tonight, and the people of Chelsea should enjoy it as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. We got a good crowd on board. I think there's going to be some shoes taken off and some dancing done, and we'll be back here at about 9 o'clock because everybody has to go to work tomorrow morning.
Okay. We'll be back with more from the Boston Harbor Cruise, and the boat is called the Rendezvous.
Absolutely.
Okay. We are on board the boat, and we have two elegantly attired ladies. Gail Mock, dressed in a beautiful white onto black outfit. Sue Gallant, always impeccably dressed. She's done it again tonight with a great ensemble.
Casual, a little casual for the boat. Couldn't wear the stilettos tonight, so maybe.
Gail Mock has said she will not grant an interview. She's just standing there looking beautiful. But D. Bruce Mock, in his peach tie onto a blue suit, will say a few words. They are black suit. Okay. Now, your past presidents, what do you want to say about this great Chamber of Commerce organization? Sue Gallant, you go first.
All right. Well, we're celebrating our 90th anniversary, so congratulations to the Chamber for 90 years of helping the businesses in Chelsea prosper and all the resources that we give to the businesses. We have a great group of people here in Chelsea. We have great officers in the chamber that try to help people as much as we can. So we're all happy to be here to celebrate 90 years.
D. Bruce Mark, when were you president of this fine organization?
Oh, now you're asking a big question. Had to be the 90s. In the 90s, yes. I followed Peter Zach. Peter Zach was president ahead of me.
President like forever.
Yeah, he was 6 years. Peter was president for 6 years. Then I followed Peter.
Now I need you to look at the camera. Okay. Always important. That's one thing I learned is to always look at the camera. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna have a good night tonight.
We're gonna have an excellent time. Weather's cooperating. No snowstorms. So we should no blizzard. We should have a good time.
Why won't Gail Mock grant me an interview?
Tonight, I skipped work.
Oh.
So shy. She's very shy.
How's Boston College doing? I know you're an alumnus.
Looking forward to the football season. You know, we got some nice, good recruits coming in. Basketball, probably did a little bit better than we anticipated. And I guess that's it.
This is a busy season as a CPA, isn't it?
Yeah, very busy season. A lot of people have questions about the new tax law, so we're kind of fielding a lot of those questions. And everybody's tax laws are just complicated now with, investing and moving things. And so and the weather doesn't help either. So that makes it a little bit challenging. But it's all good.
Anything new at Chelsea Clock, Mr. Mock?
Everything is ticking right along. We're very busy.
That was a play on words. Get a clock ticking. Okay. What goes tick-tock, bow wow, tick-tock, bow wow?
A dog clock? I don't know.
Watchdog. Okay. All right. Gail Mock, at least tell me that Leo Robinson is a great city councilor.
Leo Robinson is a great city councilor.
Okay. We'll be back with more from the boat.
By the way, did I tell you my name is Gilligan? And we have about 100 people in here enjoying the music. We're going to be ready to jump out of the pier here pretty shortly and have a wonderful evening of fun, entertainment, and very little speeches.
What makes the Chamber the great organization it is? The Chamber of Commerce.
The Chamber of Commerce, as a value, is to promote the welfare of the entire community. And we truly believe that, especially now, because we're at that point or a juncture in history in our city where the major change is happening. We have here with us City Manager Tom Ambrosino, who has done an incredible job. And I think the fruits of his work are going to start to be seen shortly. And I am so thrilled to be able to work with him. And the Chamber continues to promote that and to help and to assist in any way that we can to the businesses and to the entire community.
It should be a great night.
It will.
Okay, we are with Councilor at Large, Leo Robinson. You've seen the growth of the Chamber of Commerce, the vibrancy, what an excellent organization it is. What would you like to say about the Chamber of Commerce?
Well, we're here tonight celebrating 90 years for the Chamber. I've probably been here for about 50 of them. And it's just a great organization. And, we need to be partnering with the Chamber and starting to look at a lot of different businesses so that we could try to see our kids get some employment or be trained by some of the local businesses. Else they're not going to have any employees in the next few years.
I see brother-in-law D. Bruce Mock, former president, with your sister Gail. He's done some great work for the Chamber.
Oh, he always does, and that's what it's all about. You gotta come and you gotta step up to the plate. You just can't say, I believe in what they do. You gotta come and you gotta participate.
How about how far Chelsea has advanced? Great hotels, beautiful apartment buildings going up. It's just making great strides under Tom Ambrosino, continuing the fine work of Jay Ash.
Oh, we're doing an outstanding job. I mean, there are some issues that, we have to deal with. A lot of people talk about, the property values going up too high and, people are being forced out. But you have to remember, if I bought a house 30 years ago and it's paid off, and somebody comes with me with a check for $600,000, says, I want your property, I'm going to think about taking it and going. But I'm a real Chelsea guy, so I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. Always a pleasure, Mr. Robinson. You do excellent work in Chelsea City Hall and for the council, and this should be a great night.
Well, thank you very much. I'm looking forward to it. It's always good to get together with a lot of people you haven't seen over the years, who also do so much for the city that people don't really know what they do.
Thank you so much. Okay, two very special guests representing Temple Emmanuel in Chelsea. Passover is coming up soon, and we have the president of the Temple, Sarah Lee Callahan, and the spiritual leader of Temple Emmanuel, Rabbi Oksana Chapman. Welcome, ladies. It's great to be here.
Thank you. It's our pleasure. This is so exciting.
Rabbi, what would you like to say to the people of Chelsea here for the 90th anniversary of the Chamber of Commerce?
Let's go forward strong and together as one community.
Things are very vibrant at the Temple thanks to our leadership of Sarah Lee Callahan, and it should be another great year at the Temple.
Absolutely, we're hoping for that.
And we're having 100 people for dinner Saturday night, and we wish everyone a happy Easter on Sunday morning.
Okay. Anything else, ladies?
No, we're just excited to be here, and the city is so vibrant, and we want to be a big part of that.
Rabbi?
Yes, absolutely. Amen.
Well, we have to say hello to some of our Chelsea people. Cindy Millman's out there watching. Adrian Abrams and Lewis.
Yes, we want to say hello to all of you, and next year for 91, we'll have everybody with us.
Okay.
And good health to all of our members and to the Chelsea community.
Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Two very special guests. District 3 Councilor Joe Perlatonda and the Director of Emergency Management Services, Alan Albert. Tonight, he'll be the Toastmaster. Let's start with Mr. Perlatonda.
Absolutely.
What do you want to say about the Chamber of Commerce in the city of Chelsea?
Well, the city of Chelsea is great. The Chamber of Commerce is just as wonderful. They do a lot of good things for the city. Without the Chamber, we wouldn't have some of the things we have. This is a great opportunity. I'm glad to support the Chamber. I hope a lot of more good things come out of this as well. Like I said, this is a great event, getting people together in the city of Chelsea and, helping us all out. It's a great thing for ourselves and the residents of Chelsea.
Okay, we're going to move on to Alan Albert. All right?
Harry, my friend.
How are you?
This is great. Our 90th anniversary, can you believe it? And 34 years ago, I was president of the Chamber.
Former Senator
Frank
Mastrocola is here. Can he say a few words?
I don't know.
Judy Mastrocola.
I don't know.
is here.
Can he say a few words?
He's the best.
Oh, yeah. He was the youngest state senator ever elected. Yes, he was.
Yes.
But this is a great night for the Chamber, a great celebration, great time for the city. And a little bit later on, we're going to do about a 5-minute of Chelsea trivia.
Oh,
Yes,
Chelsea trivia.
Chelsea trivia.
Wow.
So that'll be a little entertainment
Can I
tonight.
have a sample question?
Sure. What year did the city of Chelsea have the highest population, and what was the number?
Wow. I'm not sure. What's the answer?
Well, that's going to come up later on. We don't want to give everybody a heads up. So people can rush out now and they can look things up, and then they'll have the answer when it comes up in a little bit of 5 minutes of trivia.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay,
Looking
very good.
forward to it.
Okay. We'll be back with you later.
Absolutely. And we do the installation later. We swear in our new offices. Our good friend, past President Joe Venard, he's going to be working on the program as well. We're going to have a great time tonight.
Representing Chelsea Jewish Life here, Judy Mastrocola. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, thanks, Carrie. How are you?
Good. And you're here with the famous senator. I think he was senator at age 25, was it?
Or 24, I think.
24, okay.
24.
And we remember representing Chelsea and Everett.
Right. Yep. And he retired very quickly and still is doing his real estate business.
Wow.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Doing great, yeah. the ALS and MS residents are doing really good at Chelsea, and we're keeping them busy doing fun things. We went to 2 book signing events this week and a film preview.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Everything's under control up there.
very good. We have a new walk director named Maura Graham. She'll be calling everybody in this room. She's great. She's great.
It's
Yeah.
always great to see you.
Thanks, Gary. Take care.
Welcome to the Chelsea Installation of Offices and 90th Gala celebration. We're very lucky to have a beautiful night tonight out on Boston Harbor, and I hope you will all enjoy it. I'm sure most of you have already figured it out, but the bar is upstairs, and feel free, it will be open all night long. I'd like to introduce a couple of our new members that are here tonight, just to thank them for joining us, and I'm trying to see if they're here or upstairs. So, is Sandra Batakis here? Sandra, are you here? Sandra's upstairs, okay. And Nada Azevedo, are you here? Where's Nada? There he is, over there. Welcome to our newer members to the Chelsea Chamber. I'd also like to welcome some of our elected officials that are here tonight. We have our city manager, Tom Ambrosino. I know I saw Tom a couple of seconds ago. And city councilors Leo Robinson, Joe Perlatonda, Calvin Brown, and Luis Tejada. And here helping us record this for posterity is the Chelsea Record and the Community Cable TV group. Thank you for coming. Sandra, we introduced you. Where were you? New member at the bar. There we go. You're going to fit in great with this group. Thank you. Yes. All right, and also our friends from the East Boston Chamber are here. I'd like to thank them for coming. He's sitting with his back to me over there, not listening, but buddy, thank you for coming and joining us. So a couple of announcements. We're going to do a raffle right now for a Sunset Lighthouse Cruise for 2, courtesy of Boston Harbor Cruises. So who has the tickets? Jeanette? Okay. The winning number is at my table, but you don't have your ticket, so you're not going to win. You don't have to worry. They're all in the bucket. So, if Patty knows who has the ticket, somebody from East Cambridge Savings Bank just won a tour. Number 17. So, we're going to narrow it down. We know it's not Tim. We know it's not Sue. We know it's not June. It's not me. Kessia and Andres, Chris, Patty, Gilda, and Joe. It's one of the 6 of you who are going to be the winner. I'll trust you. Is there another one? No, there's only one. That's it. All right, just a little bit of housekeeping. There are 2 raffles going on this evening. All this money goes to the chamber to help us run our business from day to day, week to week. So there's a celebration raffle. The tickets are $25 each, 5 for $100, and you win a share of $3,000 worth of prizes, which includes hotel stay, no kidding, hotel stays, Celtics tickets, dining gift cards, Red Sox tickets. A few of you might enjoy the next one, adult beverages, duck tour tickets, and a high-speed ferry ticket to P-Town and much more. So where'd she go? The one with the tan over here, even though it's the end of winter, you notice that she has a beautiful tan, just back from Aruba. She'll be selling those $25 tickets, and they are what color? Pink. So for later on, remember when we call pink tickets, that's the big rep. So Maureen and Renee are selling the tickets. And then we have a 50-50 raffle. It's $10 a ticket, and the winner gets half of the cash collected. So I think I've covered everything that I need to, and I'm now going to hand this off to our immediate past President Pro Tem Sergio Jaramillo.
Thank you, Joe. Let's give Joe a big round of applause. Okay, thank you.
Now, you'll excuse me, I just started doing this, so I am not sure I know what I'm doing. But, at any rate, I would like at this time to thank all of the sponsors that made this night possible. I think this is just a great, great venue. We see the Boston skyline on very calm seas, and it's just beautiful, beautiful. And having you all here amongst us is incredible. Thank you all for coming. Thank you. By the way, I don't know if you know, my name is Gilligan. We are on a 3.5-hour tour to a tropical island. And based on that, I would like to thank those sponsors that are the Queen Elizabeth II level, and that is Chilla and Joe Mahoney of Eastern Salt. I am not sure that they're here, but we thank them from the bottom of our hearts. At the Love Boat level, that's, my wife is the chairman of that. I would like to thank Maria Malloy and Valerie Bonner of Golden Cannoli. Also at that level is Jeanette McWilliams of MGA, who was so gracious that allows us to do the parking for tonight's event. Thank you, Jeanette, and MGH, of course. The other group is East Cambridge Savings Bank at this table right here. I want to thank them for your support. Thank you very much. So that's Gilda Madera, the president of East Cambridge Savings Bank, her husband Joe, and Joe Vinard, perennial Joe Vinard, and his wife June. Thank you. Next in the line is the SS Minnow level, and we have Harold Kalek from Harbor Foods from Chelsea, People's United Bank, Susan Carabio, who is the marketing manager, and Renee Welch, who is the Chelsea brand management. Thank you very much. Next at that level is our own Maureen Foley. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you for your sponsorship and for this wonderful boat and this program. You're the best. Next in line is Dennis Cataldo, who's sitting right there. He drove the ambulance over here with the lights flashing so that he wouldn't miss that. No, actually, he came on the bus with us. Dennis, again, thank you. You're the best. Metropolitan Credit Union is another minnow sponsor level, and Robert Cashman, Saratin Risuto, who is right here, we thank you as well for your generosity. Saratin, KM from KM Foods, Patrick Monkowitz, also a sponsor, thank you very much. Alberto Calvo, actually I should not even mention his name, it's actually Betty Calvo, who is the real boss at Tacumpare Supermarkets. Betty, thank you for your support, for giving us Alberto. I know that you did that altruistically, did you? Thank you very much. Boston Highland Furs, which is right down the street from here, and that's Antonetta Androtola, thank you. And last but not least, Arthur Arsenal with Sheila over there. Thank you very much, Arthur, for your sponsorship at that level. You are the best guy that I know. Thank you.
Okay, a distinguished guest, former president of the Chelsea Chamber of Commerce, former president of the Rotary,
Former president of the Rotary, yes. That's
president of Chelsea Bank,
president of Chelsea Bank, a division of East Cambridge Savings Bank. Treasurer of a few things in town. Anything chamber, vice president now, on the board of Harbor Cove, run that lovely little event every September for the
Taste of Chelsea.
and so the Friends of the Council on Aging.
What about Saugus?
I've retired from my positions in Saugus. I'm just living there now, but I was on the board of health for 23 years there. So yeah, it's been a long career.
What can we say about the Chamber of Commerce? What a great organization.
It is a fabulous organization. You can just tell by the number of people here tonight how much people enjoy being part of this group. Rich Cuthey, our executive director, has worked hard to pull this event off tonight. We're very happy that the weather gods paid attention to us being out here tonight. We've got a nice sun out behind us, a nice calm sea for people to enjoy. So far the food has been great and the ship is just fabulous. So yeah, and the Chamber does a lot of good things for the city. We're still growing. We could still certainly use more members. We bring a lot to the table. We've made a lot of changes in the last 2 or 3 years. Our retiring president, Sergio, has worked tirelessly to try to bring some of the Latinos businesses into the Chamber. So we've got a little bit of work that we still need to do with that. But you can see that a few of them have joined. The elected officials are very receptive to the Chamber. They look to us for support and help when things come up, and it's hard to believe a city so small can act and react so large as we do to problems and issues that happen in our own community. So we've got some of the nonprofits here with us tonight. We've got some of the bigger businesses in the city with us tonight, and it's just great to be here and be part of this.
And are we all set for another Taste of Chelsea in September?
September 17th, usual place, 99 Marginal Street, and we will hope for as big a crowd. So not to let the cat out of the bag, but this will be the 15th year that we'll be doing this, and we've raised over $500,000 net profit back to the Harbor Cove people, and that's the domestic violence. This is the end of the White Ribbon Month, where the men speak up and denounce abuse of women, but it's not just a woman thing. It knows no bounds. It knows no socioeconomic class. Domestic violence is a big problem, and a lot of people sweep it under the carpet. So we gotta keep this on the forefront. We've got to do what we can to help our great little city of Chelsea overcome its problems.
Okay, baseball season is here. Will the Red Sox win the 2018 World Series?
I will say they'll make it to the dance. It's going to be interesting to see if they can remain healthy. The only team that's going to give them a run for their money right now, and as far as I can tell, is the guys down the pike a little bit. But it's going to be an interesting year. I like what I hear from Cora. I think we got a pretty good team. We could definitely have the pitching. If JD can bring us a little bit of power, and that spurs Hanley to start jacking some out, we're going to have an interesting year this year. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay, there you have it. Thank you, Mr. Vernard, for all you do for the city of Chelsea, situated on Broadway, the hub of our city. And we'll be back with more from the Chamber of Commerce installation. Okay, we are with Seriton Rizzuto.
Metro Credit Union.
Metro Credit Union. Seriton, you do so much for Chelsea. Community organizations, civic organizations. How do you find the time, and what do you think of the Chamber of Commerce?
I think the Chamber of Commerce is doing excellent work. It's one of those things where you make the time because it's your desire to want to really support an organization that's doing wonderful things. So I absolutely love the work that the Chamber is doing under Sergio and Alberto Calvo. They really are examples in our community that are reflective of what the community looks like. So honestly, what do? This is really the best place to be to support the type of work that the Chamber does. So, I make the time because it's necessary, because we have to support our community, because there's a lot of businesses that really need this support and what the Chamber offers.
Okay, and I see your husband, Officer David Rizzuto of the Chelsea Police Department, is here. Probably the second best hockey player in the police. Wow. Well, we have Joe Bevere and Brian Kais, the chief, was a great hockey player.
Yes.
the Michellas, and oh well. What do you want to say about the Chelsea Police and the great work they do for our city?
The Chelsea Police Department is really exemplifies what a police department should be doing. I can't, and I'm not only saying that because my husband is in the force, and I also absolutely love the chief, Ryan, because he does great work. Yes. But honestly, you know, the city has really turned around. I see so much vibrancy, and the violence has gone down. There's a lot of great work that's been happening as a result of the work that the Chelsea Police Department is doing. Also, Tom Ambrosino, our city manager. Yes. I mean, honestly,
Excelente.
We have an excellent team here in Chelsea, and even though I don't live in Chelsea, I work in Chelsea at Metro Credit Union, my heart is always in Chelsea. I love the city, I love the people, I love the culture, what we are in Chelsea. I mean, I love Carrie. And how about Duke Bradley?
Yes.
Yeah.
Our boss, Robert Bradley, the executive director of Chelsea Community.
Yeah,
Es muy guapo, ¿no?
Es muy guapo. Sí. Adoro a Duke Bradley. Sí. Y adoro a Carrie también.
Sí. Gracias.
Carrie Schumann, really, like, he's Chelsea. You know?
I am a Chelsea resident, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyhow,
thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for always being where it matters, Carrie. You've truly been great.
Tenga un buen noche.
Igualmente.
Okay, we'll be back.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, just for 5 minutes, 300 seconds, if I may have your attention, because we're going to be asking some questions. As most of you are aware, this is the 90th anniversary. 5 minutes, 300 seconds. The 90th anniversary for the Chelsea Chamber of Commerce. So, and I'm very happy to announce that I was president 34 years ago. So, a little history here. And speaking of history, a little Chelsea trivia and statistics. Chelsea's the smallest city in the state. We're only 1.8 square miles. Chelsea, when settled in 1624, was part of Boston and remained, it was part of Boston until it was incorporated in 1739. In 1841, part of Chelsea was annexed to Saugus. In 1846, North Chelsea, which consisted of Revere and Winthrop, were established as separate towns. And this is open to everybody. Does anybody have any idea, or they can just throw out an answer, what year Chelsea's population was the highest, and what was that number? Anybody? 19. Who said 1919? You cheated. 1919. Now, Gail, put on your thinking cap because I know you remember this. What was the population? 52,000 people in 1.8 square miles. Wow. Chelsea went through two major fires. Two major fires. The one in 1908 destroyed half the city. The one in 1973, can you tell the people in the restaurant, we're going to ask questions, people, you're not going to get a prize. The fire in 1973 consumed 18 city blocks. That was October 14th, 1973, and the first alarm came in at 3:57 in the afternoon. So, quick round. Prior to the fire in Chelsea in 1973, how many fire stations did we have? No, more than 4. We had 5. We had 5. We had a community hospital up in the top of Bellingham Street, the Chelsea Memorial Hospital. How many doctors were in Chelsea? Not in the hospital, but back then, doctors had their offices in houses. any idea, Dennis Cataldo, where's Dennis? You must know this. How many doctors did we have in the city of Chelsea prior to the fire in 1973?
I think it was 37 or 38.
No, a little too high. 16 exactly. We had 16 of them. How many pharmacies? Anybody know how many pharmacies we had? 13 pharmacies. 13 pharmacies. How about new car dealerships? Brand new cars, not used cars. Brian's got it. We had 6. Now you're going to have to name them afterwards. Okay. Did I ask about pharmacies? That we did pharmacies. Okay. Oh, one of my favorites, delicatessens. How many delicatessens did we have? A little less, but you're close. We had 7 delicatessens. And last but not least on the questions, how many gas stations did we have? How many gas stations? No? Joe Bernard said 8. No, not 4, not 2, not 2. 16 gas stations. It's 16 gas stations. If anybody, and I'm going to wrap up with this because the line is getting a little long. But if, I'll count them. I'll count. One of my favorite questions, and I didn't miss many, believe me. But if anybody is curious where any of these were, feel free to come over and ask. So ladies and gentlemen, you're being called up by table for the buffet. Enjoy the buffet, and we will start our program after dinner. And I'm going to turn the microphone back over to our band. Thank you very much.
It's like a rain night in the candlelight. Ooh, it's so magic. We got the whole thing working out so right. And it's just the way we planned it. It's not together. We got the together.
Can I have everybody's attention for a couple of minutes? We're going to get rid of the business in about the next 5 or 6 minutes, and then we can have the music back until we dock. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to call Alan Alpert up to do the swearing in of the officers of the chamber for the next year. Alan's getting his papers in order over there, and he'll be right up. You all set, Alan?
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, where are my shushes? 5 minutes for our installation, because that's what this evening is about. It's for the installation of our officers and directors. Oh, no, wireless. Oh. So, I don't have a podium. This is terrible.
Lean against the wall.
Okay, ladies, this way. Oh, okay. We're first going to install members of the Board of Directors, and we have one member of the Board of Directors that made the ship in time. The others are sitting at the dock in East Boston waiting for us to come back. That's not nice, Joe. So, I'd like to ask Nada Acevedo to please rise. You don't have to come up here. Oh, come on up, come on up. Good evening, sir. I'd like to ask you to kindly raise your hand and very shortly repeat after me. You have been elected in accordance with the bylaws to the important office of director. Your business experience, your zeal and dedication to the chamber are the reasons you were elected to the Board of Directors. It will be your solemn duty to work with the President, other elected officers, to faithfully perform the duties of a director as prescribed by our bylaws. Are you prepared to take the oath of office as a director in the Chelsea Chamber of Commerce? So please repeat after me the office, inserting your name after I. Your name.
Nader Acevedo.
Will discharge the duties.
Will discharge the duties
as a member of the Board of Directors.
As a member of the Board of Directors.
To the best of my knowledge and ability.
To the best of my knowledge and abilities.
I congratulate you. Welcome aboard. That was very fitting. Welcome aboard. I'm going to ask the treasurer, assistant treasurer, and our secretary to please rise. Well, you guys can go up if you want. Sure, why not? I'm going to see if we have one more microphone. Janice, Effie, Arthur, I know I don't have to explain the duties and responsibilities of your respective positions because you currently serve in them and have been for quite a while. The office of treasurer is a... We're going to ask questions, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to ask their names. The office of treasurer. The office of treasurer. No, not yet. I'm explaining for the benefit of everybody out there because they probably have no idea what a treasurer does. But the office of treasurer is of supreme importance and high trust. Janice and Effie, you are the custodian of the club's funds. Remember that. Every time you go to the bank, it's the custodian of our money. Arthur, you're the custodian of our records and the other important functions of the secretary. And you have some great knowledge because you served us as our president in the past. So Janice, Effie, Arthur, are you ready to take your oath of office as treasurer, co-treasurer, and secretary of the Chelsea Chamber of Commerce?
Yes.
Please raise your right hand and take this with your left hand. Share it with them. And insert your name after I.
I, Arthur Osborne.
Wow, you got that part right. Okay. Do solemnly promise and pledge.
Do solemnly promise and pledge
that I will faithfully and honestly.
That I will faithfully and honestly
discharge the duties.
Discharge the duties
incumbent upon me.
Incumbent upon me.
As treasurer. Assistant Treasurer. And Secretary.
As secretary.
To the best of my knowledge and ability.
To the best of my knowledge and ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Our Executive Vice President, Joseph Mahoney, and our two Vice Presidents, Past President Sue Gallant and Past President Joseph Bernard. On the right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a little odd installing Joe and Sue as vice presidents, since they have both served as presidents of the Chamber of Commerce in the past. So I will not have to go through the 5 pages of written material to explain what the job is to them. But thank you very much. Sounds like a true Rotarian. Legal counsel. To our Executive Vice President Joe, this is the first time around for you. However, spending a lot of time in the corporate world, I'm sure that I do not have to explain the duties and responsibilities of an Executive Vice President.
You are correct.
Thank you, sir. So, I will ask you, all three, at the same time, to raise your hand.
Okay. Oh. The other hand. Sorry. It's tax season, I'm tired.
And after I insert your name, I insert my name, Joseph W. Mahoney, do solemnly promise and pledge.
Solemnly promise and pledge.
That I will faithfully discharge the duties of Executive Vice President. And I will faithfully execute the duties and Vice President.
And Vice President.
To the best of my knowledge and ability.
To the best of my knowledge and ability.
Congratulations upon your election.
Thank you.
Okay, I believe Dennis Cataldo, past president. Another quick trivia question. Can I ask one more quick trivia question? Oh, Joe, you want to say something? Okay. You know, we have a very nice gathering of people, and a couple of people that aren't that nice, but they're here anyway. Anybody have any idea how many past presidents are here to show the dedication and devotion of the members of the Chamber of Commerce? Past President Joe hit it right in the head.
8.
There are 8 past presidents. Wonderful, wonderful. I turn it back to Joe.
Thank you, Alan. I had the cheat sheet, so I knew the answer was 8. All right. Well, before I let Dennis do his part of this, I just want to remind you that there are raffle tickets for sale, and we have the electronic ability now to accept credit cards. If anybody would say, oh, gee, I don't want to pay cash, I have credit. Go up to the head table, they'll be happy to accept your credit cards for the raffles. All this money goes to help the Chamber run its business on a daily basis, and the $3,000 raffle is well worth it. And Rich has something to say about that.
We've got over $3,000. We've got over $3,000 in prize. We've got 2 sets of Sox tickets. We've got Celtics tickets. We've got a gorgeous Chelsea clock. I don't even know how much that's worth. So we need to sell some tickets. We're going to give these things away. So come see us.
All right, thanks, Rich. Okay, here's Dennis. Past President Dennis.
Thank you, Joe. So this is good news because I was informed by one of the young ladies at my table that I was going to be nominated without any say to be president again. So that was good because I'd like to know that Renee was wrong. But thank you all for coming. You know, every year over the last 3 or 4 years, we've done these installation dinners and we've tried to escalate both the venue and the program to make it more enjoyable and make it more of a networking event. And I think this year, this boat and everything that the committee has done to put this event together has been remarkable. Just a round of applause for everybody who worked so hard to make this event such a success. It really has been a really great night. And obviously, if anybody was on the bus that came here that got the entire tour of Boston, it was like a bonus event. I got to sit in between Joe and Alan, who heckled the driver consistently for 25 minutes. But I do have some official business that I have to do, and it is quite important, actually. So as past president of the Chamber of Commerce, I can tell you that there is a lot of work that goes into being president. And it's not to be taken lightly, actually. You know, there's a business community in Chelsea that's very important and a vibrant part of the ecosystem that's there. There's a lot of things happening. What the Chamber does directly affects both the business community, the political community, and the local economy. And so, you know, what you all do in business really matters. And I know, you know, Tom Ambrosino is here. He's a very pro-business city manager, and he understands what the Chamber means to the community, and it has been gracious enough to involve us in the decision-making process and for his agenda items and improving the business community as well. So it's really just a reflection of being here tonight is really a reflection of your commitment as a business to the local economy and to try and improve the city of Chelsea overall. Better place to live, work, and play. It's a kind of a little bit of a cliche, but it really does resound, and it is truly accurate. My role tonight, are you going to take the microphone away? Because I'm ready. Yeah. Oh, you sure? All right, I'm not trying. Past president. So my role this evening is pretty easy. I have the honor of taking a few minutes to speak about our new-to-be past president, which is really a great news for myself because I'm no longer actually the past president. So a bunch of my responsibilities get passed on to this current president, who's no longer the current president, but the past president. So I get the opportunity. It's like who's on first. I'm not really trying to confuse you. I'm just looking for somebody to say, who's the next president? Right? It could be you. Are you qualified? Just a little. You look qualified. You look very distinguished. You have a badge. It's after hours, isn't it? Yeah, you might have drank a little bit, so you want to take that off. No. Sergio. So we want to thank, obviously, everybody who's been part of the Chamber for the last couple of years has been exposed to Sergio. Sergio has really been, you know, I mean, he's been an exceptional president. And I know we don't really have a lot here on my agenda to talk about your sidekick, Alberto, but Sergio was wise enough to commandeer Alberto to help him out. But Sergio, in and of his own right, did an exceptional job during his presidency in a number of ways. He put in extraordinary effort on behalf of the business community, giving a lot of time from his own. I mean, I like to think he's a small shop, but I actually went to visit him. I was amazed. It was like 2 or 3 floors, and people were fixing stuff all over the place. Much bigger than the local little jewelry store that I expected to be. But he gave a lot of time from his business to promote the Chamber and to work in the Chamber. The amount of energy that you put into the job was remarkable. And not only did you give your time, but you gave generously financially as well, supporting the Chamber in its endeavors. And one thing I would remark on that I find kind of nice, and even speaking with Sergio, is he's got kind of like a personality that's kiddish, a little bit, you know, he's kind of like subtle, and then when he gets excited about something, he comes out, he's very exuberant and well-spoken, talks about a lot of things with some passion. You brought in some great new members. Obviously, you brought in the Sandra Network and Los Agaves Restaurant. And true to his nature, you did a great job of bringing and connecting with the Latino community and the business of Latino community folks. And that's really remarkable. You were a steward of bringing in both sponsorships and donations for the Chamber. something that is an expectation of the people that are on the board and the people that work on the committees, but you did an exceptional job of that, and you did a great job with bringing the Masonic Lodge to the table with a very nice donation. So we appreciate that. And your number one asset that you probably recognize is bringing Effie, your wife. So that was really remarkable that you got her involved, and we saw her get sworn in earlier, and that's great, because as we are looking for a new president, you might have one less employee. So it might work out that way. But we could go on all day about all the things that Sergio has done for the Chamber of Commerce and what he's done in the community of Chelsea. But you know, number one and most paramount is to us is how you've made a difference for the Chamber of Commerce and the business community, and we want to thank you for that. And we have a couple of citations for both you and for Effie that I get a chance to present here. And first, it's a certificate of appreciation from the Chelsea Chamber of Commerce with immense gratitude for his dedication and selfless leadership of the Chamber of Commerce, 1/1/2011 to 3/31/2016. 16 and 18. I don't have my glasses. See how I took my glasses off? Perfect. Thank you. And we have the same plaque for his wife, Effie, that reads similarly. No, you actually have, because Sergio has only been as good as you've allowed him to be. And as I like to refer to every person I meet with their wife, I always say, you're the brains behind the operation. The brains behind the operation. So congratulations. And I've got, quick one.
Right here, please. Thank you.
My retirement plan.
Don't go anywhere, because there's somebody much more important than me that I'm going to bring up. Without any further ado, I'd like to bring up City Manager Tom Ambrosino to bring thanks from the city. And congratulations.
So I do want to express the city's thanks to Sergio. We've had a great cooperative and collaborative relationship with the Chamber under your stewardship and leadership, and we are very grateful for that. So to show our gratitude, the government of Chelsea has done what governments do best. We created a proclamation. So this will take 2 minutes, so I want your close attention. The City of Chelsea hereby proclaims, whereas Sergio Jaramillo, I practiced that, has been a valued member of the Chelsea business community for more than a generation. Wow. And whereas Sergio has worked extraordinarily hard to make the City of Chelsea and its downtown business district a better place for residents and visitors alike. And whereas Sergio's committed leadership to the Chamber of Commerce since 2015 has helped to enhance the Chamber and make it a welcoming place for businesses old and new. And whereas Sergio's commitment to deliver information and services to the many Spanish-speaking businesses in Chelsea have helped to ensure that the ethnic business community in the city continues to survive and thrive. And whereas Sergio's inexhaustible energy and generous spirit have endeared him to all who have been blessed to know him, now therefore I, Thomas Ambrosino, City Manager of the City of Chelsea, do hereby bestow upon Sergio M. Jaramillo a certificate of merit. And I urge all of Chelsea, and the entire Commonwealth of Massachusetts to take cognizance of this event and to participate fittingly in its observance. That's government speak for. Let's have a drink and celebrate.
Great job, Tom.
My wife says I'm not going to say anything, but I have to. 17 pages long. I'll ask you to refer to page 27 of your program book. And I want to thank Tom for his wonderful thing that he did. I am truly speechless, and I'm humbled by the recognition, and I tell you, it's nothing that I would ever not do. I love the city of Chelsea, and it's been a part of my blood and my family, and we just do it. So with that said, I also want to thank the Chamber for bestowing upon me this incredible certificate. But beyond that, really, truly, the Chamber does not operate without its members, and more importantly, the board and the committees that serve our city. So before I go any further, I want to say thank you to the committee that did tonight's event. And they are Renee Castle-Griffin. Renee, thank you. Where are you on? Okay. Gina Wanji. Thank you very much, Gina. You did a fantastic job as well. Jeanette McWilliams from MGH. Thank you. Rich Cuffey, who did the yeoman's work tonight. Thank you, Rich. My wife, Effie, who took on the role, and yeah, you're right. She's the boss. Let's not forget, this is the year of the woman, so here we are, indeed. And lastly, I'd like to thank Maureen Foley for making the boat, the bus, and all the wonderful food that we have tonight also available. Thank you, Maureen. Janice Sikorsky also helped out with the table with the registration. I need to thank her. So thank you, Janice. As you all know, this is my farewell, and I know Joe Bernard is chomping at the bit to take my microphone away, but I need... I'll fall off the boat. I'm not going to say anymore. I'd like to say thank you to all of the members of the Chelsea Chamber for allowing me the privilege to serve this great organization. It's 90 years, and it's a significant amount of time that we've been around, and I have the incredible honor to help for 2 years. Again, I'd like to thank our Executive Vice President, Alberto Calvo, for being my teammate. I used to say he was my succession plan, but you know, it is what it is. Thank you very much. And Betty Calvo for allowing him to work with us. I know that he got out of your hair, so that's not a bad thing. And all of those others that helped us work really hard in making the Chamber a significant organization within our community. Tom Ambrosino, I remember when I went up to his office and when we first started, and he says, what can I do for you? And I said to him, no, it's what can we do for you? So it began on a very good note, and we worked together very, very well. Thank you, Tom, I appreciate it. I hope the Chamber will continue to grow and do well. It still needs to do a lot more. And we are working very hard in trying to get a new president, and the stewardship of the Chamber will continue on. We have a great new board of directors group, and I'm very confident that we'll do well.
We have also set up a funding mechanism where we are now relying more on grants, and we have just completed a 501c3 foundation at the chamber, so it will allow us to do additional fundraising. And lastly, I must say a warm thank you to my lovely wife. Yes. Her grace and dignity allow me to serve the past 2 years, and I know that I was away from the business for all the time, and thank you for allowing that to happen. You're the best. Thank you.
Joe, but don't go anywhere because there's one last thing. Dennis, could you come back for? Dennis doesn't want to do this. All right, just do it. Just do it. So those certificates aren't the only thing we have, like, even though they were quite expensive. Little token of our appreciation for you and FA to enjoy dinner at one of the finer restaurants on the North Shore. My friend, congratulations. Make sure you take care.
All right, Johanny now.